What up, man? It's your boy Vigilante Styles, man, and I'm here now with that. So now we're going to the mastering stage. They say don't master your own mixes. Well, I'm sorry, but we don't have mastering. I don't know a mastering engineer, guys. So, I mean, I do, but you know they cost money, and I'm just gonna have to do the master myself. But also, there's reasons behind that, and I'll tell you a reason why they say that, and why that's not necessarily a rule. So the first thing here I want to do is get all this extra nothingness at the end. So I'm going to trim that side noise. So now, yeah, it's going to stop abruptly. But let me now, real quick, there's going to be a fade out. Let me listen to it. Let me decide where the fade out should be real quick. Give me a second. Sometimes I do fast fade outs like that. The reason for the fast fade out is because it's just that little part right there. I think it kind of adds a little degree of professionalism to fade that out than just to let it go and stop, you know. Okay, so anyway, like we were talking about, I'm going to set up the session now. Let me save what I have so far. Okay, so now, if this is an FL Studio. I do my mastering in FL Studio just because it's easy. Shift C to drop it into the playlist. Now I'll go to master, hit song, and then I'm going to grab Ozone. I prefer the full version. And I'm going to also put tonal balance control. This is where I say now I don't really necessarily need to send this to a mastering engineer when I have these two plugins to handle everything. The reason why they say like you should master your own mix is because you're going to continue to add like frequencies and stuff that you think sound good or whatever, and you can make it sound more unbalanced, and you need a fresh pair of ears to decide how things should sound. Well, okay, but whatever. I think we could still, but that's the whole reason behind that. Like, I don't think that's necessary. So, all right. With that in mind, we are going to somewhat use Master Assistant. I'm going to go for streaming on this one. So streaming, it's an intelligent starting point. This is probably the loudest part of the song. So let me go start from here. Here we go. Excellent. So now we have our intelligent starting point. In this case, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit true peak. It says it limits true peak levels to prevent clipping in the analog domain. But also, I think it does oversampling. I think that's another reason why you turn that on. So I always turn that on. That's the first thing. We have the dynamics because this was very, like I said, it was a very dynamic track, and it's actually focusing what it appears to be dynamics probably over the main part of the mix. I thought I was doing it really over the sub. Oh, it did it over the sub. It did it over both. Okay, so it added some more compression. Felt like my bus compression was obviously not enough. Fair enough. We'll go with that. Here's what I'm going to add to the mix, though. Here, we're going to add vintage tape. The nice thing about it is actually I know what real tape sounds like, and sometimes it's good to have that tape vibe, but without noise and without, you know, I mean, noise is cool and all, but we don't want the noise. Fuck that noise, right? So, but we want the tape vibe. So in this case, this will add the tape saturation. And then harmonics, I'm going to dial that to 5 at all times because that's just to make sure that there's some even harmonics in with the odd. That makes it sound more real. That's the only thing I'm adding to this. I'm not doing like stereo width. Once again, we already knew that the stereo field was good. I don't really like to play around with that too much. I think bass heavy curve is a good curve to aim for. If not, I'll try R&B soul. We're going to look at that curve. We're going to check. I'm going to check both. Okay. And we're going to see which one that the mix already naturally kind of fits in. And we'll see if we need to fine tune anything from there. And then of course, we're definitely going to add the tape saturation. So that's going to play. Actually, I should do that first before I do any EQ moves. So here we go. Let's go. All right, it seems like it's fitting the R&B soul curve the best. So that's going to be where I'm going to make my focus. I think the main thing is I want to take a little bit of the sub away and I want to add the mid-range. That's why we're just checking that. Otherwise, you know what I did with the tape too? I put the bias all the way up and then brought it back. Because it smooths out everything, but then it smooths it out too much, and I want to bring it back until I can hear that clarity kind of starting to come out again. And the reason why is because when it does that, that's basically what a tape machine sounds like. So, or at least what the effect that it's doing. And then I add the even harmonics, set it to 5, right in the middle. And that gives it a really good sound. And that sounds very, very realistic in terms of tape saturation. And it's subtle. It's not like, I'm not fucking obviously going to town on that shit. But now I think it has a really good sound. And here we're just going to, I don't want to change it too much. I'm not aiming for the very middle of the curve. I want a lot of the natural timbre to retain. I don't want to change that. I just want to make sure that it stays within these lines. And the reason why is because then it's going to play back well on pretty much anything you play it on. And that's really the only goal I'm going for at this point, is just tiny fine tuning of the tone. And then that'll be it. Whether it's, I don't aim for these and try to put it in the center. Nah. Not on a beat. I will if there were vocals, but there's no vocals on this. So for a beat, I just want to make sure that we're staying within the lines and that I'm happy. And then that's it. And then we'll print that master. I'll send it off to him. I'm sure he'll be happy. So anyway, let's go. That's it. It's done. So I did that with Ozone 8 and Tonal Balance Control. I don't have the full version of Ozone 9. That's why I'm still using 8. And I think now they have 10 now. I don't know. I don't see the reason why to upgrade. I'm sure there's probably very good reasons to do so, but that's what I'm using. I have Tonal Balance Control 2, which I know is actually was supposed to work with 9, but like I said, I have the full version of 8 versus Elements, which I have for 9. So I like to use this Tonal Balance Control 2 with Ozone. So I think we're in a good curve. The R&B soul curve. I think that the loudness is acceptable. This is not a song that's supposed to be blasted, you know. You're going to jam this at loud volumes. You're going to actually be listening to this probably at a comfortable level. And as a result, I want to make sure that the quality and the pristineness of the sounds and stuff like that really pop out of the mix and really sound really well at comfortable levels, so that you can really enjoy this and enjoy your drive home listening to something like this. And it has a very good sonic character to it. And that's it, man. There it is. So you saw the mix down process. We did a virtual SSL 72 channel SSL 4000E series, big old classic SSL console sound. And then here with Ozone, you know, we smoothed out that top end just to kind of get a little bit with the tape saturation, just to get a little bit rid of that digitalness to it, so that it has a very warm and very pleasing sound. And at the same time, we added some even harmonics into that, and everything's very subtle. And then we did very subtle EQ moves in the mid range and in the bass range, just to make sure that this will play back well on any device that you play it back on. And this is based on like probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of mixes of this similar style. So we didn't do anything. We didn't change the overall sound by going crazy with the EQ. We didn't do any of that stuff. We had an intelligent starting point, obviously, by having an assistant take care of that. That's kind of like having a fresh pair of ears on the sound in a way. And I think it turned out really good in the end. So anyway, if you really like these videos, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know. And if you want me to mix down and master your music, of course, by all means, send it to me, and I'll do so for free for my videos. And so the nice thing is you get to see the process. Second of all, you get a free mix and master, right? And third of all, right, for me, I get to put up a video, right? So, and of course, you know, so you don't have to pay me, right? Because I'm getting paid through YouTube's monetization. So it helps me out, it helps you out, and of course you get to learn the process. So maybe you might not want to hire me again in the future. You just know how I make things, and whatever you want to do your project on your own, that's fine, you know. Or if I'm not available, whatever, it is what it is. You can you know how I do things, and you could do it at home with your, you know, your setup, your room, your monitors and everything. But for me, I really like just recreating a console and mixing on that. And I've been picky about the different console setups that there are. I know some people like the 9000J, other people like, you know, maybe just, you know, SSL native because it's from SSL. They don't really give a shit that the fact that those plugins have no saturation, whatever. It is what it is, unless you're talking about 4KB and maybe the new version of Channel Strip 2. But otherwise, most people, they love the name brand, right? It's like buying Apple. It's a Samsung. Well, but it's an iPhone, right? And it's an Apple. Well, in this case, for me, I like the Brainworks SSL channels because they sound, I think that they were modeled meticulously close to the actual hardware console. Whereas SSL did not do that with their plugins. They simply ripped digital code out of a digital mixer that they had, and they just gave it away as plugins, and there you go, right? Like, they don't try to emulate the sound of their consoles. I think 4KB, maybe they tried to do some of that. I can't tell you if it sounds like a 4000. I think there's some things missing, right, from their emulation. And it is what it is. You know, they're a hardware company. They're not a software company. And they kind of are a software company now because they like bought Slate Digital. Harrison Consoles, same thing. They were a hardware company, but they're also a software company. And actually, they were getting better with their software. So, but I think you really can't beat like an overall software company, man, like Brainworks, right? Just right out of the bat, man. I mean, all they do, they don't make hardware, right? They're just software guys, and they wanted to make sure they can give you the sound of as close as you can get, man, hardware wise, in a computer without eating up and chewing up all your resources. So, if you're a good, engineer, you find ways to take that existing sound and make it sound more real. And I think in this case, man, I mean, I don't know if anybody would be able to tell the difference. They hear that mix and go, well, oh yeah, you can't. They won't be able to tell the difference if that was mixed on a real SSL console or not. They probably couldn't even tell what it was mixed on. They just know it sounds good, and that's the whole point. The reason why I use the SSL 4000E plugins and stuff like that was the main reason was, to have the vibe, and the plugin seems to capture that vibe that I'm looking for. So I'm happy with it, man. That's pretty much. I guess I'm married to it in a way. It's giving me the vibe that I'm looking for. So anyway, you guys be good, man. It's your boy Vigilante Styles, man. I'm gonna go do something else, man. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna go play Halo Infinite. If you guys play that, my gamer tag is Ninja Kaido. You guys can play with me on there. I'm currently at this. I'm in season 3 right now, and I'm platinum 3 level. Well, platinum 4 was my peak rating, so I'm there. I'm grinding for diamond, guys. If you guys want to pair up with me and go, we'll get shit on in Halo Infinite, add me and let's go, man. Let's do that. That's what I'm going to go do now. And I actually got a montage video. I think I made a beat and stuff and made a montage video. I'm probably going to upload that. You guys can check that out. Just a little break of the monotony, the music stuff. I mean, it is my music and it's mixed and mastered the way that you've seen here. So it still kind of fits the channel's, overall goal. And I'll probably upload that montage. You guys can check it out, man. Hear my beat and watch me play video games, I guess. Watch me do. Obviously, I've edited that video to only show when I'm doing good, so you get to see my rare good moments, man, when I'm actually kicking ass in that game. And like I said, if you guys want to play with me, man, just add me, Ninja Kaido. Right, that's my NinjaKaido. Add me on. That's my Xbox gamer tag. Add me on that, and let's play Halo Infinite together. All right, but otherwise, check me out for the music stuff. Your boy Vigilante Styles, and you guys be good, man. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.